welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Oilers and the Shamrocks, coming up next.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. You got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree.
It's the grand finale of the 2024 season on the big stage here in New Orleans. Super Bowl 59 underway. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we are looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Allen now looks to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1 yard gain. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. And now they'll throw with Allen. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Here is 3rd down and 4. Now Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A chance for the first points of this Super Bowl. It's 1st and goal. Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Paris Campbell from 3 yards out. And the Shamrocks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led by their 5'11" quarterback, and a mobile one at that. From Temple, it's P.J. Walker.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary, 74 yards. And the Oilers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
3rd and 5. Now Allen. Steps away to his left. Fights through, and now a crease. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
And that is a historic run for him, partner. With that pickup, he just broke Lamar Jackson's 2019 record for most yards in a season by a quarterback. No one has done it better across a 16 or 17-game schedule. Now his name will be forever linked with the best runners to ever play at that position.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Allen in trouble, and he's taken down. Jalen Carter gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Throwing now is Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. To the air, Allen. That one complete. It's tanked down. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you got the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Here's 2nd and 10. Allen going to throw. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he's taken down inside the 30. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Allen running right on the option. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
That is caught by Dell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Here's Allen to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
And cue the applause, and there it is for him, the mark he's been aiming for all season long. 1,000 yards, just a 3rd quarterback to reach that milestone, joining Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. That's a season's worth of work and a huge commitment to get him the touches that he needed to make that happen. Congratulations.
Tucker's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Walker. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the 2nd quarter. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. To throw is Walker. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
They'll send one of those two tight ends in motion. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal. A give up the middle to Singletary. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Singletary. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Third and goal, a big play in this Super Bowl. Here's Walker. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It was Leo Chanel who got in to drop him. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. This is up and good from Pinheiro. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The offense on 3rd down, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it. But listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game. Plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and they will take over 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Walker. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Walker now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Walker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. And they go play action. Here's Walker rolling to his right. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Now a 2nd and 2. Option play, and Walker's going to run with it. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 54 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. Walker. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring him down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Singletary going to get the handoff. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They go right back to Singletary. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Oilers have taken the lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dublin's offense now set to take over. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Loose inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Their entire offense has been centered on him, and he's been carrying the load with ease. 100 yards rushing in a game for a quarterback is rare. In a single half, darn near a masterpiece.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. Looking to throw. Allen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. Allen. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Operating from the gun. Allen finding Bourne here over the middle. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Looking to throw. Allen. And he's got it. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Shamrocks are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. (17-17) the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field. This offense back to work now late in this first half. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Walker. A dump off to Elliott. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Walker. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And that's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And I think you'd have to say their coaching staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
Throwing on second down, Walker. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Deron Payne able to get him for a loss of about 3. Tough spot here, third down and 11. Back to throw, Walker. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Walker. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 90 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Walker. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Dallas Goddard. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Oilers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays.
And the drive was all finished off on the touchdown catch by Dallas Goddard. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 4.
Allen now looks to throw.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Dobbins running out of the gun.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
Now Allen. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43.
A give. Dobbins trying the right side. Milton Williams there on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he gets it down to the 32.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. And now they'll throw with Allen. That's to the speedster Olamide Zaccheaus. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Throwing now is Allen. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Now Allen off the bootleg. Escaping the pressure right. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Shamrocks are back within a score. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Oilers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
That one a 1st down pickup of 8. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
Play action now, Walker. He finds his target, Allen. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Keenan Allen, 35 yards. And the Oilers are able to widen their advantage.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. We know he's got the arm, but watch out for those wheels.
Kind of harkens back to guys they used to call the scrambler and the dodger. This guy can make it work with his legs.
Field opened up. He took advantage. Now Allen. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins,
his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Shamrocks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Well, let's spotlight Devin Singletary as this offense comes back out.
He has been a factor in a multitude of ways. Over 100 yards rushing. He's approaching that number in the receiving category, too.
And you know why I've always respected guys who can have these types of games? As a runner, you're going through a pile. People are raking at the football all the time. Your hands take a beating, okay? And to be able to still go out and catch the football in open field after going through that, that guy's dynamite.
He's been dynamite in this game so far. We'll see defensively if they have an answer because they need to come up with something.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down. From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Singletary again. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the counter, this is Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On the give, this is Singletary. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Walker from the gun on third down.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on third, and then the tables turn.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary with his third touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Oilers are starting to pull away in the fourth quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10.
To the air, Allen. Campbell making the catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Second and 6.
From midfield, here's Allen.
He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. And this offense on third down today, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 4. Allen going to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
That escapes, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Walker.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
122 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell him to back off of being aggressive, but sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose, and just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Here's Walker.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Dallas Goedert, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Oilers are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Allen.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Here's Allen.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And good yardage there on 1st down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
And running with power here. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Here's Allen to throw it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Allen.
He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now a 2nd and 6.
To throw, it's Allen. Open man here is Conklin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. Caught on the slant. Touchdown.
Tank Dell
from 8 yards out.
And the Shamrocks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Two scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick.
And it looks like the defense has got it. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3-and-out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
And they take a knee. They will run with Singletary. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
Commissioner Goodell on the podium to make the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to a very worthy franchise. Champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in the booth. Till the fall, folks, Brandon Gaudin saying good night from New Orleans.